big is the ego?
Alcohol.
She that bad? Oh, wait, tell me more. Did that really happen?
Oh my God.
You're killing me. Is he insane? Fired her? Get me something to drink.
Alcohol.
Oh my God, shut up. Is he real or fake?
Let's go.
I'm your host, Marissa Harlyn, and you're watching After the Show. Welcome back to After the Show. I'm your host, Marissa Harlyn. After the Show is exclusive one-on-one interviews with professional actors and actresses revealing juicy details. And tonight, she's been gone for over 10 years and Malcolm's friends convinced her to make a comeback. Ladies and gentlemen, our 7th guest is none other than the lovely Heather Drake, but you may know her better as Lana Phillips. Check this out.
I want you to watch Malcolm's back, and 2.7 of that 11.7 million is earmarked directly to you.
No, you want me to spy on Malcolm for you. And 2.7 million is the payoff to justify it? I don't think so. I'm not the woman you think, Mr. Okanashi. I'm not betraying Malcolm no matter how much money you flash. I can't.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me, Heather, how did you land the role of Lana Phillips?
Wow, honestly, it all started a night out with a few girlfriends, and one of my girlfriends is actually married to one of the characters, Gio, in the film, and we just talked about potentially landing a role, talking to Mr. Bufford, and within a week, I had a phone call. Mr. Bufford he asked, would you ever be interested in acting? So I figured I've never tried it, but why not? It's something different, something fun. He had already did his background check on me. He knew about my competition history. And if I remember correctly, he also stated that he had brought up my IG page to his class, his students, and he asked for their input on what role they thought I would be best suited for. So I don't think Lana was even created at that time, but once we had our conversation after about an hour, you could just, even before I met him in person, you could feel his mechanics moving and figuring out what role I was gonna play. So that's how it all started.
When you said yes to filming the show, did you ever imagine the show would be on the 4th largest streaming platform in the world?
No, not at all. In fact, for me, it was just something to do. It was something to take me out of my element from what I'm used to. I keep myself pretty busy with my job and with my hundreds of other side gigs. So for me, it was just, at that time, it was why not? I'll try it. If something comes of it, great. And if not, there's nothing to be lost. So no, I never did imagine that it would become such a large show on the 4th largest streaming service.
How does it feel to have this accomplishment?
Honestly, more than anything, I would say I'm grateful. I'm starting to get more comfortable leaning into my role with every new filming every new scene that we film. I'm starting to understand Lana a little bit more, so I'm able to identify myself through her. When I landed the role, I didn't have any expectations. There was no stress, no pressure. As the film, the seasons are unfolding and Lana's character is unfolding, I'm starting to insert myself a little bit more into her character and understanding her a little bit more. So just feeling grateful for the opportunity more than anything.
Now the casting lineup is full of heavyweights such as Meredith, Vanessa, and Malcolm Dubois. How did you prepare yourself to insert yourself with such a strong cast?
Well, I had to kind of see myself as a strong role as well, because I didn't want to come into the cast feeling like the weakest link. So I had to set my ground as Lana Phillips. It helped that Mr. Bufford gave me a backfill on who she was prior to with her character, which I see a lot of myself in, being a strong businesswoman, someone who's confident, but then someone who also just has a really big, swollen heart, especially when it comes to Malcolm. So just kind of stepping outside of myself and more into the role as Lana is what helps me to insert myself into the cast to fulfill that role.
What do you love about Lana Phillips, and what do you dislike about her?
I like Lana's confidence. I like her humility, because for her to be out of the picture for 10 years and then to come back into Malcolm's life the way she did and the way she left him, it took a lot of humility on her part to do that. And I also like that she doesn't take any shit from anybody, not even from Mr. O. So, Mr. Okanoski. So, she's a badass. And what I most dislike about her is that it's how she reinserted herself back into Malcolm's life. She knew there was another woman, but she didn't have any decency to talk to her, to have any conversation. I don't know if it's coming, but you would think with somebody of her stature that she would have enough decency to talk to Andrea about Malcolm or why she's even there. So she's impacting somebody else's life now, somebody else's heart. And so that kind of bothers me, but we'll see how that unfolds as the seasons unfold.
What is your most memorable time being on the set of Dear Love?
I would have to say the bridge scene, because I was so completely out of my element. Mind you, the bridge at that time was full of pedestrians. It was in the middle of the summer, and I had to frantically scream Malcolm at the top of my lungs, and I had to aggressively grab him because I was fearful that he was gonna hurt himself. And I had to do that in front of hundreds of strangers, and they stopped, they stared, they had questions. And so it definitely brought a little bit of social anxiety. And when I thought I did good, and Phillip's saying more. So here I am screaming from the distance that you and I are at the top of my lungs in a frantic voice, because I didn't want him to hurt himself. That was acting. That was the first time I felt like I had to truly act, because prior to that, the scenes were more telephone scenes. It was like talking to your girl, talking to your cousin. So that was probably the most memorable and fun scene that we filmed.
Now there's more to discuss with my guest Heather Drake, who plays Lana Phillips on the drama series Dear Love. I'm your host, Marissa Harlyn, and you're watching After the Show.
Baby, I know. We will get through this. I promise.
Lana, I lost.
No, Malcolm. No, you haven't. I'm still here. No one is taking you from you, and no one is taking you from me. It's okay, baby. We'll get through this together. We'll have a family. I love you, Malcolm.
What went through your head as you watched your Dear Love debut as a voice in Malcolm's head?
Well, my first thought was that people were about to be so confused about who is this mystery woman? Who is she to Malcolm? Where is she coming from? But at the same time, I also knew that she was gonna wreck some feelings with her bold entrance. And with that is gonna come a set of consequences. So my feelings are just like, I know there's about to be some drama on the show, so it's exciting to see what is all going to unfold in the seasons to come.
Clearly, Phillip Bufford wanted to give Lana Phillips this certain type of appeal and vibe. Let's play the clip.
She got style, grace. She got attitude. Feel it much in her touch. Show my gratitude. She got style, grace. She got attitude.
What's the feel you get watching Lana Phillips' introduction on screen?
Well, she's definitely a vibe. My first impression, she's classy, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's a boss lady, obviously. But when she got that phone call, she was clearly triggered, and you can see that she buckles to Malcolm every single time. So it's clear that even though there's been 10 years that's transpired since her entrance, there's still a lot of chemistry between her and Malcolm. Clearly, she still loves him a lot.
So Meredith has one of the most powerful monologues in the show regarding being a beautiful woman and loved by the right and wrong man. Let's play the clip.
Lana, he's not happy. And the truth is, neither are you. You're beautiful. And that's all men see. They don't see you when you come home and take your makeup off. They don't see you when the heels and the fancy dresses come off. They don't see your heart. They don't see your soul. But I tell you what, Malcolm does. And you know he does. When you look at him, you can feel him. You take a lot of risk at work. Is your heart any less important?
Is there a bigger message women need to take away from watching that scene?
Absolutely. Love is complicated, and I think that the bigger message just shows that the right person can bring out the best in you, and Malcolm is never going to reach his full potential as long as Andrea is in the picture. You have Lana on one hand, who probably understands Malcolm more than anybody else, and just the stature that she's at, her emotional maturity that she has, she's probably the only person, the only saving grace for Malcolm at this point. Andrea is not. She just doesn't have what it takes. She doesn't have the emotional maturity that he needs in order to sustain that relationship. So I think the bigger picture is, even though they've been away from each other for 10 years, when they reconnect and come back, it's rejuvenating. And I think it just allowed both of them to have the time that they need to give them space and maturity to grow. And when you have relationships that are successful relationships requires maturity, and it's more than love. It becomes where you fall in and out of love many times over. The bigger message is people who've been in these long-term standing relationships have probably been in and out of love several times. They've had trials, they've had battles, but they understand each other. Malcolm needs that from Lana. She's the only one. Meredith knows that. The whole crew knows that. Everybody who's associated with Malcolm closely knows that. So I think that's just the bigger picture to show that, when you're loved by the right person, you're actually going to grow and evolve into the person that you were destined to be.
Your conversation with Meredith was so important that it literally ran the span of 3 consecutive episodes. Why do you think this conversation was so important to the Dear Love story?
Well, clearly, they both still love each other. And clearly, you can see Meredith trying her hardest to encourage Lana to come back into Malcolm's life. And Lana has her reservations, and for valid reasons, but her coming back into Malcolm's life changes the entire trajectory of the entire show, because now you have love conflict, you have business conflict, you have enemy conflict. So you already know drama's coming, because now Lana is the second thing next to Malcolm that is going to hurt him. So she's going to be the next target for people to come after. She's the only person that can help Malcolm to come out of this downhill spiral that he's going down right now.
Now there's more to discuss with my guest Heather Drake, who plays Lana Phillips on the drama series Dear Love. I'm Marissa Harlyn, and you're watching After the Show.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, Malcolm? Lana's here.
Can you give us a moment?
Yeah.
Still take those slow, deep breaths to compose yourself, I see. Hi, Malcolm. Been a long time.
The season 1 finale was nothing but outstanding. Can you walk us through that last day of filming?
There was a lot going on that day. With everything that was going on around me, I just had to keep my focus on one thing, and my target was Malcolm. So I started from the step, and I had to go down and walk to him with his back turned. So really, I just tuned everything out. To be honest, I was unbothered by everything else that was going on. That was my first kissing scene. I had to kiss him on the cheek as he turned around. We were so close, our feet were touching. So, that's something that if you're not used to that you have to get over. And then something that I remember from that scene is Malcolm would have other people stand in his place while he would adjust lighting or he would adjust volume, because the sun was going down at the time. So we had Antonio stand in his place, and he had his hand around my waist, and we're maybe this close from each other. And he was cracking me up. He's asking me, "What are you doing tonight?" Asking me questions, flirting, basically. But that was funny. But that was probably one of the first awkward moments for me in the filming. When you're up that close and personal in somebody's face, and you're talking to them, and you're nearly this close to each other's lips, that's hard, but we did it, and we had fun. Everybody was fun. Everybody was comforting. So we did it.
Now, unlike other characters, Phillip has you do something different with Lana. He allows the audience to hear what Lana is thinking. Let's play the clip.
Everyone out. Party's over. Zeke, Damon, Thomas, Alex, send them home.
Malcolm, what's wrong?
Everyone please clear the yard. Gio, make sure the people get to their cars.
Malcolm, what's wrong? Why are you sending people away? It's a party.
Why are you here?
What do you mean?
I've not heard from you in over a decade. Then all of a sudden you show up out of the clear blue sky. Why are you here, Lana?
I came to see you.
No, you didn't. So I'm asking this one more time. Why are you here?
Have you lost faith in everyone around you that you think I would lie to you? I'm here at this party to see you, Malcolm.
Why do you want to see me? Why do you want to see me? Why do you want to see me? Why do you want to see me?
How hard was it to act without the actual thoughts on your mind, and how did you pull that off?
It was actually easy for me because during that exact time of filming, I was going through my own personal, heavy healing journey of my own. And I think I had just came back from a session. So I was already feeling heavy with emotions. And this is just in my personal life. So having filmed, studying lines and doing something different was actually easy for me because it was a tool that I needed to help me get through that own personal journey that I was going through. So it was almost like a distraction. So, I would stand in the mirror and I would just pretend like I was Lana. I would just like dive into her role. And I think what I have started to pick up is that Phillip, I think that, and I could be wrong, but I think that he creates these characters that are pretty similar to your true character because I see a lot of myself in Lana. I see a lot of Todd and Gio. So I don't know everybody else. I don't know the cast that well, but it just made it easy for me. So there really wasn't a lot of thought going behind it. It was just do it.
Daphne is Lana's cousin. How do you feel that adds to the plot?
Well, it's starting to put all the pieces of the puzzle together as to who is Lana and who is she to Malcolm. And you can't help but question Daphne and whose side she's on because she rattles Lana when it comes to Malcolm, but she also knows a lot of the inside to Malcolm and knows that Lana is the only person that can get to him. So if it adds to anything, it just adds to the drama, to the storyline.
中隊嚟行 be now.
Okinashi, wait! Just wait! Sit down!
Miss Phillips, you have changed your mind?
Lana meets Okinashi. That scene was intense. Tell me, how did you prepare for that scene?
You can't fully prepare for these scenes because Mr. Bufford likes to change stuff up all the time. So as much as I prepared, it was drastically different than what was on paper because I had to curse, I had to stand up and throw papers, I had to point my finger at Mr. Okinashi. It was intense. It was a lot of fun. We were on a time crunch because we had security standing there at the door eyeing us. Like you could feel their lasers coming through their eyes as we were finishing up our scene, yelling in a library and, just hearing, okay, great, more. So, it was more, we were under so much pressure to get this scene done in such a short amount of time because if I am correct, we were about an hour behind schedule anyway because of the previous filming before that. So we just had to get it done. And I work really well under pressure, so it was more like competition for us just to get it done. And everybody knew their scenes, so that helped when we were able to film it. But that was fun.
Now there's more to discuss with my guest, Heather Drake, who plays Lana Phillips on the drama series Dear Love. I'm your host, Marissa Harlyn, and you're watching After the Show.
Take me to a place where we can dance all day, hold each other, and I'll never let you go. Fly with me tonight, in the clouds we seek and hide, in the air we stay in bed. I'll never let you go.
Malcolm! I'm never gonna let you go.
In both of the season finales, Malcolm ends up in Lana's arms. Is this the end of Malcolm and Andrea, or the beginning of Malcolm and Lana again?
It ended for Andrea as soon as Lana stepped into the room. It was over. There's no match. Andrea can't touch Lana. Lana has something over Malcolm that Andrea doesn't have, and everybody can see that. Is it the beginning for Malcolm and Lana? Not without a fight. Not without a fight. There's definitely going to be some consequences that come with that, but the chemistry that they have towards each other is real. So the love is there, but there will be a lot of trials and errors that they're going to have to go through in order for them to work. So I would expect there to be some drama that comes with their relationship, but yeah, Andrea can't touch Lana.
What would you say has been the biggest takeaway as you've watched the issues for Lana unfold?
I think that Lana needs to learn how to communicate, because if she had just simply communicated with Malcolm 10 years ago about what her issues were, how she was feeling, they wouldn't be in the situation that they are now. So I think it's a great lesson to be learned that when you're in love with someone and you're trying to make a relationship work, that you actually have to put in the effort. You don't just ghost someone, because now that deflected their relationship. So now he doesn't trust her, and he loves her, but he was hurt. He doesn't trust her, so she has to earn that trust back for him. Now you got 10 years of other things that have happened, trauma, other relationships that now he has to deal with when it comes to trying to love her again. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy.
Heather, I've loved our conversation and I've really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me.
That was my interview with Heather Drake, who plays Lana Phillips on the drama series Dear Love. Next up, he's young, vicious, and has the most amazing hair I've ever seen. Join me next time for my next guest. I'm Marissa Harlyn, and you've been watching After the Show.